It's the next generation of wireless charging. Oh, this is sort of an interesting idea, and I'm standing inside of a foldable home. Eureka Park at CES. Rob Grimes at CES. Okay, so this is one of those fun things, and of course I'm Rob, but meet Jack Yao. And Jack, you've met before. I don't know how many years ago it was.
I think it was 2 years ago.
No, it can't be 2 years ago. It has to be more than that.
3 years ago.
It's at least 3 years ago.
Okay.
It could be 3 years ago.
Yep.
Anyway, this is like one of those success stories that you sort of like. When you see something, it's sort of an idea that we have. And so we met on the floor, but not like in the main space here. We met on the floor in like a really small space in the other side,
Eureka
right?
Park. That was the
right.
start of it.
So if we take a look at the retail industry and we take a look at food service, and we take a look at the things like signage, at the time, what we were talking about was they had come out with a device, triple screens, which are somewhere in the back here, and I got one of those things really quick. And the idea that we had, or that I had, and I introduced them to some restaurant people and some retail people on it, was that this could be used as digital signage, it could be used as training and things like that. Well, they've gone the next generation. And so why don't you tell us what we have here, and then you can tell them I ordered 5 of these already, right, on Kickstarter, so go ahead.
So, well, thank you, Rob. Thank you for being a customer of ours for 4 years now. So this is the latest and greatest. It's called the Geminos. The idea is most people who, in any workspace, they use dual monitors. But many times, they're side by side. Now, for some people, side by side is great, but for others, there's a lot of pivoting going on. You're staring at that line in the middle. It's not ergonomic, it's bad for your neck. And then you also don't have the space for it. So we developed the Geminos, which is top and bottom. We feel like this is a much more ergonomic orientation to work. You could adjust this to any angle, as long as it's suitable for you. And then it's a lot easier to go up when the space is tight. Now, in addition to just being 2 dual full HD monitors, it comes built in with a 1080p webcam on the top. It has 2 very powerful 5-watt speakers in the back. There's a fully loaded built-in docking station. Includes your typical USB ports, your TF card, SD card port. There's an Ethernet port. Really, all you need is right here. This is your workstation. That's what
Okay, so I need you to think about this. And by the way, I'm very impressed because if we were to compare the video of many years ago, it'd be a totally different discussion here. So they've obviously evolved and they've come up with a lot of things. And by the way, what you need to know is he started the company with a couple of other guys, I think from MIT, right?
Yeah.
And they came up with this idea for the triple screens, but not necessarily for our industry. So when I saw this come out on Kickstarter, what I thought about was digital signage. Now, nobody wants to give away trade secrets. I guarantee you'll be going to see an IFBTA booth probably in the near future, because I hear I'm getting this in like the next month, but it will become digital signage stand-up display, portable, right? The fact that it's a docking station means I can go ahead and plug it in, and I can do a bunch of things. So I'm starting to think digital signage, but also, these aren't touchscreen, right? But you make a touchscreen model as well on the bottom, so you can have touchscreen as well. So the way I'm thinking about this is if you have something like at a show or even in customers, you could be running ads up on the top and have them go ahead and select items here. This might be the next order kiosk where people are ordering things. Because of that touchscreen capability, put the menu down here, let them place the meal up here. I don't know, you can use your imagination on it. This also caught my eye. Didn't know about this one. This is not out yet, right?
This is not out. It will be released probably around August. It's called the UX Float. So this product, our first product was a dual screen that you could slide out. It's on the side. But a lot of people like the Geminos because it's top and bottom is more ergonomic. So we developed this product. Essentially, it snaps onto the back of your laptop. The screen goes up. If you want to screen share it with someone, just flip it. It auto-rotates. And then when you're done, you just fold it one more time and it closes.
And it has a stand, so it can stand on its own.
That's right. It has,
right? Or it can go on the magnets on there.
Yep.
So I think it's sort of a choice to somebody, which is sort of a nice thing, but you can see that it can stand on its own as well and flip.
Yeah, and it's touch, this one.
Right. And I would point out that one of the other things that I learned early on is for connectivity, it could connect to a phone, and be the display, anything that's a display. And I like the idea of the flexibility of it. This is sort of interesting to me again, because again, you could be working on one side, you'd be doing training on the other. It doesn't necessarily take the space of the screens that have to be on all the different sides. And so I think it's probably a good alternative. I actually like the idea it can stand on its own or be part of it, connected to it as a magnet or something. But it's really actually sort of cool to see it. I guess you got to let me know when I got to go back on Kickstarter and fund this one,
You'll
right?
be the second to know that.
So is there anything else we should know about, by the way? I'll be the second to know it. Who's the first?
That would be me.
Oh, well, okay. Well, that's a promise, right? You're on tape. So just tell me, is there anything else that you sort of have in your head that you think the next evolution will be?
Yeah, so we have a smaller version of Gymnos coming. It's going to be 18-inch. You just fold it up just like a laptop, tuck it away. That one is truly portable.
And that's not going to require the... So this has got a full stand... Here, you might want to take a look on there. It's got a full stand and docking station in the back.
That one wouldn't have a docking station, but it's got a stand.
But it'll be 18-inch.
Yep.
Right, because I've been trying to figure out how am I going to carry that around with me.
Right,
For the purpose I want.
Exactly. So,
When's that coming out?
Well, it's in development. I'm not really sure when it's coming out, but we have a prototype coming.
You know you can send test ones over to us, right?
Of course.
Okay, you heard that too. Well, look, it's very cool. It's great to see, you guys are continuing the innovation on the new things, and you're going to stick pretty much with the screens? That's going to be your thing?
We actually have a very cool keyboard coming out. So we're sticking with laptop accessories or computer accessories, but not necessarily screens. So, we've released a slew of accessories. Actually, they're on the other side. Mm-hmm. That's a riser. We got conference speakers, auto tracking cameras. So we got a lot of more things in the pipeline.
Right, but as you go ahead and you develop those for the consumer, that makes it available to people who are in the industry to find uses for it. They don't have to come out with it on their own. I think the game changer here is also the idea of having both touchscreen and the regular piece in there, because you really could use this as a kiosk.
Yeah.
And I think people will see it that way. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you.